we've got to play some audio here of a woman that we met in our parking lot. Now, Fester and I left the station at the exact same time yesterday.
Well, for a very specific reason.
Yep.
I mean, let's not, it's just coincidence that Fester and MJ left at the same time.
So why don't you describe exactly what happened?
So Fester and MJ left at the exact same time yesterday because MJ utilizes me as his personal car service when he needs a ride into work. So I pick him up in the morning. We get into work. Of course, the second side of that deal is I take him home. We leave the radio station. Was it 10:30?
Yeah. Instead of calling like Uber, I call Bloober or Blubber. Well, that's but Blubber didn't quite.
Uber,
Blubber, Bloober, Uber.
Bloober did. I don't know.
All right. So Fester gave me a ride in yesterday and also gave me a ride home. And as we're leaving the radio station, one of the listeners from last week that won one of the Microsoft Surface Pro 8 tablets from our buddy DonTheITGuy.com at Team Logic IT. One of the winners was in the lobby, and it was a guy named Steve.
Yeah, Steve was the winner.
Right. And then Steve said, "Oh, my God, my wife's out in the truck. She's got to meet you." So we go out, and she jumps out of this black F-150. They got a dog barking in the back. She jumps out of the car.
This is better than meeting Bush or a TV star or... I don't care. I mean, I am over the moon. I'll take this to my grave. I have nobody to tell. My family's dead, most of them, but I don't care. I'll tell everybody on the street, in the grocery store, the checkout ladies. I don't care. I'll tell the mailman when he shows up to deliver the mail. I will be walking up and down the street, just knocking on doors, telling the neighbors, I don't care. Oh my gosh, I just don't care. This is going to be so great. I can't wait to tell people. I'll be like, hey, guess who I met? I met the radio people.
Sorry, so that's
the radio people.
That's Kitty. So we meet Kitty in the park. Do you think Kitty's done yet?
Gosh, Kitty.
The answer would be no, she's not.
This is better than doing 20 shots of tequila in a bar with, you can't even do a birthday better than this. I mean, you could take me to Disney World and I couldn't be as high as I am now. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna blow a vein right now. I knew I'd get excited. I can't believe this. I'm gonna pop an aneurysm.
Yeah.
I just can't believe this. I could do a jig right here, but I don't know how to jig.
And she's a critical care nurse, by the way.
Over this. I told you I would like spin out. Oh, if I knew how to do one of those break dances, I would break dance. I would probably break a leg, but I would break dance. Oh gosh, I can't get over this. It's it's you know what he said? He comes and he wakes me up and he goes, I just was on the radio with MJ and I won a computer. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. So that's great, honey. And I go back to sleep. I get up a little while later and he goes, yeah, do you realize what I said to you? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm not. And he goes, oh my gosh. And I start leaping around the kitchen. I look like one of those gazelles out
Yes, Froggy.
Right in the Serengeti.
Oh, she's talking about gazelles in the Serengeti.
That's what I said to you. And that is like, I was like, oh my gosh, you were on the radio with him. Did you scream? And he goes, no, but I should have put you on. And I'm like, no, there might,
Does she
your
breathe?
headset, you would have been like,
We'd still be talking to her from last week.
oh, this is so good.
When does she breathe?
This is like, I can't
Right there.
believe this. I'm going to go home and drink a whole bottle of wine now. Oh.
So, Froggy,
I love her.
listen, as God is my witness, that whole thing is unedited.
We got to call
and
her.
Uninterrupted.
We're going to have Don Stanley call her on her.
I mean,
Okay, listen, if she's a
Dude.
critical care nurse and she goes into the patient's rooms and she's talking like that, she's breathing out so much carbon dioxide, she's going to kill them.
They're going to pull their tubes out.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm going to pull my own
kidding.
tubes out.
all right. Look,
Anyway, she was sweet as could be.
I love her.
But we that's only That's only like 8% of what I recorded.
Because what happened was she started talking, and MJ and I couldn't leave because she was just barraging us with these amazingly awkwardly flattering compliments.
She was great. Listen, don't get me wrong. She was fantastic, but she did not come up for air. Hey, I would suggest that you take up scuba diving because, or free diving.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you ought to go free diving for lobster in the Bahamas because you'd have a record haul. All right.
And the metaphors, it's like the pictures in her head must be insane the way she's describing
it
everything.
was all because she was excited to meet us. Fester and I were walking out. He's like, "Oh my God!" And you want to hear it again?
Oh my gosh, no.
I mean, we got it. But listen, we've been doing this radio show for a long time, and I'm glad people listen, and sometimes they're excited to see us.
Yeah, we love it.
But I don't know that I've seen anybody more excited than Kitty.
That was pretty outrageous.
It was something.
That was one of the most exciting listeners and excited listeners that I've ever met in my entire life. And Fester got Kitty's phone number, so we can call Kitty if we want any like ego boosting going on. Let's say we're kind of down to the dumps, so we need a little uplift. We just call Kitty. And she can talk about gazelles in the Serengeti. And
she volunteered, Froggy, to be our medical expert because she was a critical care nurse.
She's got to be.
Any kind of medical oddity, she would have something to say about it.
Kitty needs a cameo station.
I'll tell you what, I think she needs a tranquilizer, but that's she was fantastic, though. So that's our friend Kitty, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.